Well, hello there, boys and girls. Everyone's favorite American capitalist here with another video. Today we're going to be talking about democratic socialism, and why it's just normal socialism in a prettier package. Washington Post has made a video gushing over democratic socialism, and as anyone might expect, it's riddled with sophistry, misunderstandings, and out-and-out lies. So let's get started. But first, I would like to give a big thank you to my first and only patron at the moment, Khalil Robinson. Thank you so much for your support, man. I can't thank you enough. And if anyone else would like to support me, there will be a link to my Patreon in the description below. Enjoy the show!
We bop and hippity hop, I'm as happy as I can be. Whoa, boom, boom, and hippity zoom. Love is sweet, love is grand, works one. We bop and hippity hop, I'll never be a millionaire.
I think we're going to have a red wave, not a blue wave.
Looks like there is a red wave coming these midterm elections, but it's not the one Trump's been tweeting about.
For me, democratic socialism is about really the value for me is that I believe that in a modern, moral, and wealthy society, no person in America should be too poor to live.
Well, if that's the case, then why not donate to a charity or volunteer at a homeless shelter? Why do you have to use coercion to help others? This Robin Hood mentality of steal from the rich and give to the poor always sounds noble. However, theft is theft regardless of who it's from or what it's for. It's a logical inconsistency to say that it's okay to steal as long as it's for a good cause, because that's special pleading.
So when most Americans think about socialism, they're still thinking about the Cold War, they're thinking about dictatorships, they're thinking about... Democratic socialism is distinguished from sort of regular socialism.
Why? Because you put the word democratic at the beginning? Also, what's with the snaggletooth? And the t-shirt? You're a journalist, for fuck's sakes. Go put on a dress shirt and schedule a goddamn dentist appointment. What, did the Washington Post just pull some random homeless woman off the streets to talk about socialism? I mean, it would explain why she has the personality, wit, and eyes of a strung-out crack whore. Holy crap, that was a lot of mean all in one go.
In that it is democratic. It is a type of socialism that is not authoritarian.
Oh god, that's fucking hilarious. Oh wait, you weren't joking, were you? You see, any form of statism is authoritarian in nature, at least to some degree. However, socialism is about as authoritarian as it gets, regardless of whether or not you have formalized mob rule. This is because socialism requires state control of the means of production and the economy, thus making it impossible for any form of Marxism to not be authoritarian. Unless, of course, you do it all without using the initiation of force and people are allowed to freely associate and choose not to participate if they so choose. But that's not how democratic socialism is.
At this point, probably most Americans who are talking about democratic socialism are referring to the democratic socialist welfare state. People call it the Nordic model. This is just a series of institutions like old age pensions, child allowances, universal health care, universal education.
All of which are taxpayer funded and unnecessary. Not to mention that universal health care and public education have turned out to be massive failures, from low test scores to lower quality of care.
Pull up YouTube, take a look at how things are going in Sweden, Finland, Denmark, Norway, the United Kingdom. I lived there for a year. Not totalitarian, not scary. Not totalitarian, not scary. Not totalitarian, not scary. One of the arguments against forming kind of a Nordic-style welfare state in the United States is that our population is too diverse.
Oh, really? I thought bigger concerns would be, how do we pay for it? How do we keep it stable? How do we ensure the same quality that the free market can? And my burgeoning question of how do we do it all without coercion? They won't answer these questions because they either don't know or are afraid of the answers.
They say, well, the Nordic states, they're kind of Volkish, you know, they all pull together because they're homogenous in a certain way that the United States is not. You know, the answer is that we already have several programs that are quite similar in the way they're structured to Nordic welfare programs. Social Security is one of them, universal public education is another.
Did you seriously just cite two of the biggest failures of the modern welfare state to support your case? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. Look how well Social Security and public education turned out. I mean, don't you just love the fact that we're all paying into a retirement fund that our generation will probably never see a cent of? And the public education system that's based off of an education model designed to weed out individuality and breed in obedience is honestly just amazing. Wouldn't have it any other way.
We don't even think about these programs as being universal public welfare programs, but that's what they are. We're used to thinking about means-tested welfare programs like SNAP, which is Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program or food stamps. Those programs tend to be very divisive, and they specifically tend to be divisive across racial lines, right? Because poverty is racialized in the United States. I don't think it's the case that diverse countries can't have justice.
Well, any country can have justice. They just have to abolish the state first.
There's a lot of reasons that young people right now, I think, are interested in democratic socialism. People who are in their 20s and 30s now have grown up in probably the worst economy since the Great Depression. The Great Recession caused a terrible job market. It caused a lot of young people to lose opportunities in terms of advancement. They're suffering from a lot of student debt. That's not just personal. It's not just, well, how do I get ahead? It's how do we make this a better system?
The recession wouldn't have even happened if it hadn't been for government bailouts. The state caused those problems, so what makes you think it'll fix them?
People's views change over time. There's clearly a demand and an interest in the public for seeing these kinds of views represented. And I think that you're probably going to see a lot more of that. The fact that candidates like Ocasio-Cortez are campaigning as open democratic socialists and saying, well, let's address some of these big issues. Let's move the party left.
God help us. The Democratic Party is already extremely left. I honestly don't want to see the authoritarian nightmare of a further left Democratic Party. Socialism is authoritarian, no matter how much mob rule you throw into the mix. Democratic socialism is nothing more than the left's recent attempt at expanding the state. And as I discussed in my previous video on socialism, the Nordic models only stay afloat because of a relatively free economy. In some cases, they even had freer economies than the US. Regardless, any system supported by theft is by its very nature unjustified. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry it's been a while since my last upload, but hopefully I'll be making videos more often now, so please remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. And until next time, this has been AmeriCap, your friendly neighborhood American capitalist. Good night, everybody! Hey guys, it's me again. Thanks for staying till the end of the video. If you like this channel and want to support my content, then be sure to visit my Patreon. If you like my videos but don't like YouTube, then be sure to visit my BitChute as well. Both will be linked in the description below. I'd like to once again thank my first patron, Khalil Robinson, for supporting my channel, as well as all of my loyal subscribers. We're almost at 100 guys, and I'd like to do something really special, so feel free to leave suggestions in the comments below.
Whoa, boom,